Good morning, everyone. Carlos Escobar, the New American Funding. I just wanted to give you my your 2 cents on regards of what's going on in regards of of especially our industry, which is the mortgage rates. What's happening? Our rates are gonna go up, or what are we expecting to see? Most probably based on what we've seen on some videos that the company released, there's a big chance that that the rates are going to go up. What does that mean? Well, it means that some people are not going to be able to afford the houses, to buy a house, because either they've been procrastinated, or they just waited too long, or the timing was not good for them. But in some cases, just keep in mind, we have to keep a positive attitude. No matter if you look back in history, back in the 1980s, probably you can ask somebody that bought a house back then. Rates were in the 18%, and some of the agents were praying for the rates to go a little bit lower so the market can get better, and rates went down to 16%, 12%, and people were like, oh, this is great, but we just wish the rate was just a little bit lower, and we just gonna make it great. But so just the rates, at bottom line, the rates is something that we cannot control. Is something that is being determined by the market, and we need to focus on the areas that we can control. We need to keep a positive attitude, making sure that there's a confidence out there. One of my biggest levels of confidence that I have is just if you look at the economy, we have a strong economy. And when I say we have a strong economy, that means employment is good. The United States is getting more powerful regardless of the economic issues. And I'm lucky enough to be living in Southern California, which is, the economy just seems to be better. Orange County, LA County, even in the Inland Empire, things are just getting good and good. And that's something to be positive of, because, number one, if people has jobs, they can afford to buy a house. And I know some people, they're just going to be challenging to buy a house, but there's a lot more people that they say, you know what, this is my time, I can do it, I can afford to leave a house. Keep in mind, and I've been spending a few extra minutes with my clients just to reinforce them, and give them confidence that buying a house is a smart decision. Luckily, I've been sitting in front of new couples, people on their 30s, people on their late 20s. Last week, I had a couple that they were I think he was 25 years old and she was 24 years old. This is amazing. Why are you so mature in your life that you're already thinking buying a house? And they said, well, it's something that we think is a smart decision. And they had money saved. And they were not pushing their limits. They were able to afford or something on the 400s. So they just wanted to keep it on the 350s, because that's the level that they felt was the right level for them. And like that couple, there's many other couples out there. It's just a matter of trying to be informing the people that is giving the tools in order for them to be able to make a smart decisions. If you're an agent having an open house, I strongly recommend you have some visual on your open house. You want to have some graphs of what the economy is doing. You want to have some graphs on how prices are going up. Keep in mind, there's two things that are going up. Rents are going up, and home values are going up. It's just a matter of the buyer to decide which side they want to be at. And keep in mind, rents, there has no indication that they've been gone down for any time. So one of the biggest factors, and I told my clients, I work for a bank, so I look at the benefit of buying a house like from a cold perspective, just numbers. There's a tendency for the properties to go up in value. I am from Mexico, and even in Mexico, properties go up in value. That's why people want to buy houses, because they know there's something that is gonna go up in value. Some buyers, they're even waiting for the prices to drop. They're waiting for whatever happened in 2008, and I tell them, well, you're gonna be waiting for a long time, because when the prices went down, it was due because something that is called toxic loans. People they had no idea what they were getting into, and that caused them to lose their houses, left and right. Right now, we don't have those loans anymore. We're in a very transparent environment. If you want to be able to buy a house, we have to make sure that you can afford that house. and that is going to decrease the foreclosure ratio drastically than how it was on the crisis. So there is something that is called growth. What is growth? That properties tends to go up in a certain percentage. What might happen, what might not, is the growth is going to be a little bit slower. We've had growth of 4 or 5% of appreciation in the last couple of years, depending on the area. But that growth might come down to 3 or 4% if that ever happens. But there's still going to be growth. I mean, houses still going to go up in value. So that's something that we want to transmit to the clients, people that is just waiting on the fence. Oh, I'm just waiting for the properties to drop the value. That's going to be hard. And if you're working with a client with that mentality, you might just give him some information and says, you know what, keep waiting, let me move on, because you need to find the buyers that are really willing to make an investment with you, that are willing to spend the time with you, and that are willing to give you the opportunity to service them. And sometimes I have one of my friends, he says the growth has been 8 to 10%. So that's a great number, because I was trying to be a little bit conservative. So just keep it in mind. If a buyer has $10,000 in their account, and they have it like in a savings, checking, whatever they want to do, just asking how much the bank is giving you for that money. And most probably they're going to come back like, I don't know, like you said, 0.5%, 0.001%, I don't know. Just get that money and put it in a down payment for a house. And the house is going to appreciate. I was being conservative. I was going to say 6%. But I have people right now typing to me that say 8 to 10%. No bank is going to give you 8 to 10% in return for your investment. And that's why people is just buying houses. That's why the demand is so great right now, because they know that their money is going to grow somewhere, somehow. So that's a good thing. This guy keeps writing. In 2013, market values went up 32% just in the summer. As your client, what are you going to do with this money? I mean, just keep in mind, people is just, they're just waiting. And on today's market, there's so many great programs that allow very little down payment, or in some cases, zero down payment. I have clients that are buying houses with $2,000 or $3,000 out of pocket. And they're just so grateful. Why? Because they can see the big picture. Buying a house is not about the interest rate. Buying a house is about building wealth. And they know that house that they're buying right now is going to go up in value. This couple that I was mentioning earlier, that they were buying a 25-year-old couple, just think about it, I told them. Most people retire at the age of 65. You are going to get into a 30-year loan. This couple that is going to get into a 30-year loan, if they make their payments on time with no, they're going to be that mortgage free at the age of 55. I'm 45 years old. I consider myself young. I don't think I'm going to get it too much older when I reach 55. So just imagine being 55-year-old mortgage free. And I say mortgage free, your only housing expense is going to be more property taxes and homeowners insurance. Right now, that is going to be averaging somewhere around $500. So just imagine, by the time you retire with a $500 housing payment, in today's market, you cannot even find a house, a room. You cannot even find a room for $500. So it's just, I'm just giving you this information because I know you're going to be facing all these questions from your buyers. And the least thing you wanna look is like you don't know what you're talking, or you don't wanna be negative. We always have to have a positive attitude, especially to our clients, because they rely on us for information. I had a nice meeting with I ran into one of my good friends in an office in Cerritos, and he does a lot of motivational speaking, and we agree. We wanna keep a positive environment out there. And like I said at the beginning, we cannot control the interest rate, but we can control our business, and we can control our attitude. And I can guarantee you there's so many buyers out there that's still gonna be able to qualify. I've been running pre-approvals based on what my buyers want to afford, and my ratios are still on the 30%. So if something happens on the way with these buyers, I have nothing to worry about, because they're still gonna be able to qualify. So just keep it in mind. I'm gonna have to let you guys go because I got some family affairs to attend. But any questions, whatever you guys feel free to reach out to me. I am Carlos Escobar. I'm a loan officer. I'm a mortgage loan consultant. And if you want to run some numbers, you can reach me at 949-375-7496. And just keep a positive attitude. That's my message. That's my message for today. If you are out there hustling, if you're out there holding an open house, feel free to reach out. I usually sometimes I don't answer my phone when I'm with clients. Just text me, Carlos, give me a call. I gotta talk to you, because sometimes you have a client and you know what your clients are gonna ask you. If you're an experienced real estate agent, you know what they're coming to you. So be ready. Have some visual materials, some flyers. At the time they tell you, well, their rates are going up. Yeah, but just give me some options and see where they are. Keep in mind, there's some mortgage credit certificates that will allow them to qualify for a little bit more, and they're not being used very much. So I just want you to keep a positive attitude. There are so many ways out there to make it happen. One of my good friends, he says, just pónganse las pilas. Carlos Escobar, New American Funding. Thank you.